Okay, so we want to walk you through one of the many experiences that we had that led to the inception of Wavio. So in order to do this, I'm going to need some help. We're going to go over to Mr. Brent Cooper here because he's a skier. And we're going to send him on a skiing trip, courtesy of Wavio. You're welcome. And he's here with Zach. Zach's going to go skiing. And we're going to have a little situation where, Brent, you crashed.
Hey, yo, Zach.
Sorry about that.
I'm down, dude.
So Zach, like many action sporters, he listens to music while he sports. So we're going to get music going here. So obviously, it was nearly impossible for Brent to get his attention. And this is the type of experience that we had over and over again that, like I said, led to the inception of Wavio. We are Wavio, and we enhance the action sports experience, starting with communication.
Now, over and over again, we went to the business model canvas to test our most major hypotheses. Our first hypothesis: is this a big enough pain and a big enough market to make some buku bucks? So how did we test it? What we did was we spoke face-to-face interviews with many customers to see what kind of questions we should put in a survey to actually get some tangible data. We surveyed 300 different individuals from 30 different sports, which led us to one of our major pivots thus far. We wanted to target all sports, but there were 4 major sports which felt this pain the most heavily and the most often: snowboarding, skiing, cycling, and mountain biking. And 77% of those who do these sports actually experience pain in communication while sporting. To further validate this pain, we put it in the Big Idea canvas. It scored a 16, or a weekly dog bite. Now, one sporter represented it this way: communication is hard but necessary. Usually, once a trip, someone gets lost. Now, is there a market? Who's going to buy this product? In 2014, the sports technology market represented a $2.4 billion chunk of a $9 billion wearable technology market, growing at 35% annually. Nearly half of all Americans participate in some outdoor recreational activity every single year. Now, this was our first hypothesis, and sure enough, it was tested. This is a big enough pain in a big enough market to make some buku bucks.
So now that we knew that the problem was real, not just for us, but for the market, it was time to move on to the fun part, the solution. The solution or the product would be one of the most important pieces to this puzzle. So we knew we had to nail it. We got together, and we came up with the most novel and incredible idea the action sports industry has ever seen, hands down: walkie-talkie headphones. This was our ticket to freedom. We knew this would take off and change our lives and the world forever. But we had to validate. We knew about the business model canvas, and we knew we had to get out there and make sure this was the case. Sure enough, when we told people about this idea, they begged us to give them their money so that we could build this product. Of course, that didn't actually happen. No, instead, we were shot down left and right. We got shot down so much, and the main thing that we heard was that people had already spent $50 or more on their current headphones, and there was no way they were going to replace them. With the walkie-talkie headphones, we were competing with multi-million-dollar companies like Skull Candy and Beats. This was not the spot that we wanted to be as a young startup. So we went out and we interviewed, surveyed, and observed over 200 more people. And this time we really listened to our customers. And we heard what they wanted and what they needed in order to solve this problem. What we found out is that this solution, whatever it was, it needed to be small. They didn't like the current communication devices like walkie-talkies and phones because of their bulkiness and inaccessibility. So it also needed to be hands-free. From these tests and from these interviews, we found out that it had to integrate with headphones, like I previously mentioned. So this was our new hypothesis that needed to be tested, these features. We 3D printed a few prototypes, and we brought them out to stores, talked to some more people, and we just let them know, hey, this is the feature set, this is what we're doing. And this time, we literally had people pulling out their wallets to buy this product. Now, we had to tell them it was just a piece of plastic and that it wasn't available yet, but we collected emails and have several hundred emails now of people awaiting this product. But we wanted to require a little less imagination of our customers before we really went out and built it. And again, we wanted to further validate this feature set, because like we said, the product was going to be such an important piece to this puzzle. So in order to do this, we made a few MVPs, and we got out and tested them. The first one was a walkie-talkie app. With this app, we were able to test if people really liked communicating through their headphones while sporting. It was a free app, and the feedback was super, super positive. People loved to do it. It was super intuitive, and they were already used to it from doing phone calls like this. The next thing we had to test was the music feature. In order to test this, we got a competitor's product, and we do have some competitors in the market, and we don't have time to talk about them now, but would love to address it later. But with this one, the feature set was music with communication, easily switching between the two. And when we tested this feature, we found out we got a lot of super, super positive feedback, and it was very useful. Because it became what we thought originally was just going to be for pain and like a few situations, actually turned out that this really enhanced the experience for our sporters. And once they had it, they couldn't see themselves on the mountain without it. It cost $178 to buy these products and test. And now we were ready to test the two features together, what would become Wavio. So we put together a super sexy device. We're super proud of it. Two hideous, big walkie-talkies connected to a circuit board, and we had to strap this up in a bag and send it on the mountain. It was hideous, it was bulky, but it brought the two features together. Off-grid, long-range communication through your headphones, switching back between music and communication. And again, we got really positive feedback on this. And this is when, again, people were stoked about Wavio and wanted to buy. So we built up our email list even bigger, and like I said, have several hundred people just awaiting the arrival of Wavio. So now that we had done this validation, we were confident that Wavio was the perfect solution to solve the communication problem. We're going to go back to our situation now, but this time, Mr. Brent, we're gonna hook you up with a Wavio. All right, so Brent's got his Wavio going. He hooks it up to the headphones. And now while Zach's listening to music, all Brent does is say, "Hey, Zach." Now we can communicate, let him know whatever happened. My binding's loose, I fell, and ready to go.
Now, we're a hardware company. We sell, we make money. We hypothesized we could price low, $40 a unit, and gain a huge market share. Boy, were we wrong. We validated with 200 customers and found that the profit maximizing price was actually $103. We pivoted, as the data suggested, to $99 a unit, or $179 for two. Hypothesis tested. Hypothesis number 8, sell to specialty retail stores. Now, this was awesome. This was some of our best validation yet. We actually bought a $250 little 3D prints that were a little more sexy, a little more stylish. We could show these to the retailers. We called up tons of local shops. 7 local shops right near our headquarters actually have pre-orders with us, and 7 others are waiting upon the production of Wavio. Now, 14 stores are super interested without us even having a product, all within 60 miles of our headquarters. Hypothesis number 9, partner with these other large companies and bundle our product with theirs. Now, how do we test this? We took a deep dive with some of the best companies out there, GoPro, Skullcandy, Red Bull, and found that although it was effective to bundle our products, it was more of a marketing play, not so much a revenue builder. We're a startup, we need our cash flows. So we decided to pivot away from these partnerships for now and focus on some of the other events that they are doing, like sponsoring pro athletes and sponsoring major events and hosting these events. That's what we will do as well. Now, Wavio will cost roughly $20 to $25 a unit, giving us a 5x markup. And we also know that marketing and manufacturing will play a huge role in Wavio's success as we get in the door. Now, we're going to be launching a Kickstarter at the end of this summer to raise some initial validation and also some initial capital. We hope to make from $300,000 to $500,000 off of that Kickstarter. Now, our last pivot. This is one of the most major pivots and most recent. We have an engineering team in-house that we thought could actually build this product. They've built it about halfway out, but they do not have the expertise to build up the digital side that we want. So we decided to pivot and actually hire a third party called ManMade. They will build this product for us. The estimated cost is roughly $50,000 to $80,000. And we know this can change. We'll have ongoing relationships, and that everything usually takes 4 times more time and 4 times more expensive. But that's where we are now. Help us get Wavio in the hands of our customers.
So we're definitely not through yet, but over the past 7 months, we have validated and tested 11 hypotheses through 58 interviews, over 1,000 survey results, 200 hours of research, 14 observation sessions, and 14 tests of our 3 MVPs. So help us get Wavio into the hands of every action sporter. Thank you.
All right, let's go to our in-house judges first.
Yeah, so I've got a question for you. It's a really cool product. You guys did a great job on the presentation. So I think the biggest concern that I have is, right off the bat, you said that there were a number of different competitors, and one of the judges here had mentioned that, there's a company with Techstars that is doing something similar. So how are you guys planning to compete with some of the other mini companies that are doing this?
Yeah, so one of the, a few of the biggest competitors that we've identified are Cena and Uclear, and they're very similar. They offer this music. The feature that we tested was connecting with music and communication. Their biggest weaknesses are they don't use radio between devices. They use long-range Bluetooth. Long-range, it doesn't mean long-range. It's super, super short. It's limited to line of sight, and that was one of the things that caused huge frustration when we did test this with our competitors. They said, look, we love these two features, but the fact that I go over a small hill and I can't hear them anymore makes this completely obsolete. The other thing that's wrong with these is the headphones. That was the first and most important thing that we were wrong about, was headphones. With their products, they're replacing headphones, and they're doing what we didn't want to do, which is compete with Skull Candy, Beats, these lifestyle fashion products.
Now there's another product, Gotenna. They just raised $7 million. They're an REI. All they offer is the texting feature. Now we went into some of our features today. Wavio is actually going to incorporate this texting feature. We believe that all these products are really going to educate our customers. One, you can record a voice message called Beartooth. You record a voice message, stop, send it, then you start their voice message. It's not a phone call, it's voice texting. No one in here uses it. We don't think people are going to use it. But you can see that this is validating that there's a need. People want just texting, a voice message. Okay, let's use Bluetooth. But no one's come full circle, offering a two-way communication through radio with a phone call type of service and texting all in one. And that's why we think we're different.
So remind us what the distance or range is of your product.
Yeah, the theoretical range is like 15 to 16 miles in perfect conditions. We'll promote it at 2 to 5 miles for voice and 10 miles for texting.
And then one last question. So if you're
Yeah.
using radio, there's different channels, correct? So how
Correct.
are you?
Yeah, so we're on the 900 megahertz, which is an open channel. It's digital. This is different from a traditional walkie-talkie, which is on the 400 megahertz, also open channel, but that's analog. And so with that, we have private encryption. I mean, we can just send more data, right? It's ones and zeros. We can encrypt our channel, so when we sync up, you can't come along and join our channel like a traditional walkie-talkie.
Yeah, that was my next question.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Nathan and Alex, remote judges.
Yeah, I'll go for one question. In this kind of market, brand is all, right? Until GoPro actually built the brand, it took some time. So do you have any evidence that you're able to build a brand? What's your trajectory going to be, and how did you validate that? Because it's one of the most important parts in consumer electronics. You're dead without a brand.
This sweet picture right here. That's our brand. No, definitely. That's been a huge thing on our mind. Absolutely. Once the product is built, it's going to be all marketing from there. Like you said, the space that we're in, that's going to be huge. We've gotten some really good feedback actually here at this with some YouTube marketing and other things that we plan on doing. But mainly, we're in a really good spot. We're in Provo, Utah. We have Park City, and we have all the ski resorts right there. And we're going to start local. We've already in some of the retail there. Also, we're going to start on the mountain doing rentals for the day. But yeah, we're going to have to get real serious about the marketing once this is built, and that's going to be a huge factor. 2
points there as well. One pivot we weren't able to mention, we didn't have the time, is we've gone huge on social media, trying to reach all ends at all costs. And we thought Facebook would be really good, but actually Instagram is where we're getting a lot of our followers. And as we kind of reach out to other local pros or other successful companies that are just eating it up right now, we kind of, we're piggybacking off them right now. We're small, but we're really trying that. We're trying to get in, keep it lean in the beginning, get this to ski instructors, get this to the people who are actually working at the store, working at the mountain, and those guys are like, dude, you need this product, this is where it's at, and spread from there. But yeah, we realize that's huge for us.
Do not blow up your Kickstarter. Do not try to become the coolest brand before your Kickstarter or at your Kickstarter. That'll kill your company.
Thanks.
Can you elaborate on that's exactly what we were planning on doing. So can you? I want you to elaborate and tell us like.
Let's
pivot,
we'll take it offline.
Okay. Thank you. No, we need that.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Is your concern kind of